everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we're making number 293 granny square of our 365 days of granny squares. Just by looking at the photo of the square today, you know what's on my mind. Christmas! It's just around the corner. We gotta get those Christmas squares up and running. And this one is so beautiful. This is a Christmas wreath square designed by Carola. You can find this written pattern with awesome photos, especially for placement. You're gonna want to follow along with that written pattern by her. It's linked in the description of this video, as well as on my blog and on the Facebook in this post. So make sure you follow along with her pattern today, because this square can get a little tedious, and she has a great explanation in there. She also has different terms for UK terms and US terms. I am going to explain this in US terms, but she does have UK terms on her pattern as well. This square is so fabulous. We are making the actual square, and then we're adding a chain around here. We're sewing this in, kind of embroidering. It's so cool. And then this bow is made separately and sewn on last, like completely last. So it is an easy square makeup, and then the embellishments are a little bit more tedious, but it is beautiful, and it turned out fabulous. And like the back side is so easy, so you can make this into a big blanket or something, a curtain or a pillowcase or something fabulous. So make sure you follow along soon. We're going to get right into it, but first I have to tell you what colors I'm using, all the supplies you're going to need. I'm using 3 colors today: red, white, and green. Very Christmassy colors, holiday colors. You can use any colors you want though in this project. They are not, you don't actually need these 3 colors, but I just, the pattern that Carola has on her pattern, she uses the red, green, and white colors, so I thought, why not? Also, you're going to need an H-size crochet hook, which is 5 millimeters, so make sure you have that handy, as well as a yarn needle and a scissor, because we'll be cutting our yarn and sewing in our ends. And also this yarn needle is going to be your best friend today, because you're going to sew on that chain around the wreath and the bow on the wreath. So you're going to definitely need that yarn needle. But that scissor is also going to be coming in handy as well. This square, I'm going to measure it with my handy dandy little sheep measure tape. I got this at a fair trade store in Richmond a while ago, but this is about, let's see here, what is that, 17, almost 18 centimeters, and that is about 6.5, 7 inches. So make sure that you, if you need to, use a smaller or bigger hook if you want to make this bigger or smaller. So those are the measurements of the square that came out for me. In her written pattern, she uses an E-size hook, which is 3.5 millimeters. So just follow along with the written pattern. She has all those details in there. Also, before we start, like I said, there is that link in the description for the written pattern, but there's also other links in the description that I want to tell you about. First, there's a link to my Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to share your photos on the Facebook, on the Instagram. Make sure to hashtag 365 days of granny squares, hashtag YARNutopia. Make sure you can, tag me in your photos and at me in your photos so that I can see your photos. I'd absolutely love to see them today, these beautiful wreaths. Also, you can subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Big thank you to my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time to make these videos with us. He is our videographer, editor, and photographer for all of our videos. So make sure, like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that eye in the corner, support YARNutopia today so we can keep bringing you these intricate and detailed crochet tutorials. So let's now get started and make number 293 granny square. So let's start out by making a slip knot. So put your short end over the long end, then fold this down and pull that through. Pull tight, insert your hook, and we can start. So let's start out by chaining 4. So yarn over, pull through, 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, 3, and 4, and then go all the way to this first chain way over here and make a slip stitch to form a ring. So go in, and then yarn over and pull through and pull through. Okay, so now we formed a ring. If you know how to start with the magic ring or the adjustable loop, you can start that way. But now we're going to start with round 1, chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And in this ring here, we are going to put 11 double crochets. So yarn over, go into the ring, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's a double crochet. So we have to make 11 of those. So that was 1. So yarn over, go into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So that's 2. This is 3. Okay, then 4 and 5, 6. You can see I'm working in a circular form, turning my work like this. That's 7. This is 8, 9, 2 more here, 10, and 11. I was also working over the top of my straggler here, this loose end, because I'm going to pull that tight. That's if you didn't do the adjustable loop. So you can pull that tight, and that kind of closes that center there. Now we have to count back 12 because this chain up 3 here counts as a stitch. So we're going to count back 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 should lead you to this chain up 3. We're going to slip stitch in there to close this round. So go in, then yarn over and pull through and pull through. And that was round 1. Very simple. Going on to round 2 right away. I'm not going to change color. If you want to, you could change color, but I kind of recommend not doing that because the next round, round 3, will change color and we will make the wreath design. So for round 2, we're just going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And again, that counts as our first stitch of this round, so we're going to come back and slip stitch to that when we get back around. But we're also going to put a double crochet into the same stitch. So yarn over, go into the same chain up 3 here that we just slip stitched into. Okay, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So now it looks like there's 2 double crochets in that one stitch. And we want to put 2 double crochets into each stitch around. So yarn over, go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So again, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So it's very simple, just putting 2 double crochets into each stitch around. At the end of this round, you will have 24 double crochets. So I'll meet you up and we'll change color for round 3. Alright, when you have your 24 double crochets around, just slip stitch to this beginning chain up 3 right here. Just go in, and then yarn over, pull through, and through. Now at this point we are going to make the wreath design, so you're going to want to grab your green color. I'm going to chain 1 and cut this yarn, and then pull that through and pull tight. This next round, for round 3, you can start in any stitch around, okay? So I'm just going to start right into that same stitch, that same chain up 3 stitch that we just slip stitched into, and I'm going to grab green here, hook that on the hook, and pull it through. Okay, and now we're going to make the wreath design. So we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and again, just like round 1 and 2, that counts as our first double crochet of this round. And we're going to put a double crochet into the same stitch. So yarn over, go back in, then yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So now it looks like there's 2 double crochets all in that same stitch. Now we're going to make a puff stitch into the next stitch, okay? So a puff stitch is kind of a tedious stitch here. We're going to yarn over, go into this stitch, this next stitch here, yarn over and pull through and kind of pull up, then yarn over, go back into the stitch, yarn over and pull through and pull up, again yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through and pull up, Again, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through and pull up, and one more time, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through and pull up. So you should have 11 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 loops on your hook. You want to yarn over and pull through all 11 loops. Okay, just like that. And then we want to chain 1 to close that off. So yarn over and pull through, just like that. Okay, and there's a puff stitch. Now we want to do that repeat again. So we're going to put 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So yarn over, go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now in this next stitch here, we're going to make a puff stitch. So again, it's yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, and we're going to do that 5 times in total. So you want yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through. You should have 11 loops on your hook. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yarn over, pull through all 11 loops, and then chain 1. Then in the next stitch, just put 2 double crochets, and then in the next stitch, make your puff stitch. And make sure when you're making your puff stitch, when you yarn over and pull through all 11 loops, then you have to chain 1 to close it up. So just repeat that all the way around if you need to follow along with the written pattern. Otherwise, I will just meet you up at the end of round 3. Alright, just puff stitch in the last stitch and then chain 1 to close that, and then slip stitch to this first chain up 3 here. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Just go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. Alright, now we are going to not change color yet. We are going to chain up 1, and we are going to single crochet into the same stitch. So go in, and then yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's a single crochet. So in each double crochet, we're going to put a single crochet. So go into this next stitch, which is a double crochet. So go in, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now in each puff stitch, we are going to put 2 single crochets. So right in here, okay, so we're going to be skipping this chain 1 here. So we have to keep an eye out for those. So in this puff stitch right here, we're going to put 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. Now skip this chain 1 here and put a single crochet into this double crochet. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And then into this double crochet, we're going to put a single crochet. So in each of the double crochets, we're going to put 1 single crochet each. In the puff stitch, which is right here, we're going to put 2 single crochets. And then we're going to skip over this chain 1. Okay, you can't really see it very well, so it's okay. But now going on to these double crochets, we're going to put 1 single crochet in each one of those. And then in this puff stitch here, we're going to put 2 single crochets. Just like that. Then skip over this chain 1 space and put 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets, and then put 2 single crochets in the next puff stitch, and just repeat that all the way around. And then at the end of round 4, I'll meet you up. We're going to change color back to white. Alright, just put 2 single crochets in that last puff stitch, skip that chain 1 there, and then slip stitch to the first single crochet of this round. Okay, so not this weird little chain up 1 here. We're going to go into the single crochet, yarn over, pull through, and through. You should have 48 single crochets at this point, okay, for round 4. Going on to round 5, I'm going to change color, so chain 1 and cut that yarn, pull it through and pull tight. For this next round, you want to start in, let's see here, it says start in the second single crochet of the 2 single crochet groupings in round 4 in a puff stitch. Okay, so you can see there's 2 single crochets in a puff stitch, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. We're going to start in the second one, so the one to the left, okay, right in here. So we're going to go into a second single crochet that's worked in a puff stitch, okay? And we're going to grab our white here, hook that on the hook and pull it through, and then we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. And that counts as our first double crochet of this round. Now we're going to double crochet into the same stitch. So yarn over, go back into that same stitch, then yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So now it looks like there's 2 double crochets in that same stitch. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and the next stitch. Okay, double crochet. Then we're going to put 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And then we're just going to repeat that around. So we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And then we're going to put 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So 1 and 2. Okay, just like that. So there's 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Okay, just like that. Alright, so just repeat that all the way around, and then I will meet you up for round 6. Alright, with the repeat, you'll only have to put 1 double crochet in the last 3 stitches, so this is what your work should look like, and we're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet of this round. So go in, or the first chain up 3 here, 1, 2, 3, right at the top there. Just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. Alright, now going on to round 6, we're going to start making the square shape of our granny square. So what we need to do is, let's see here, chain up 1, so yarn over, pull through 1, and we are going to single crochet in the same stitch here. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, single crochet in the same stitch, so go in, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2. And in the next stitch, single crochet. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to put a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That's a half double crochet. So that was 1, so the next stitch, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That's 2. Then we are going to double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And the next stitch, a double crochet. Okay. Then we're going to make a half made treble crochet into the next stitch. So we're going to yarn over twice, go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, that's a half made treble crochet. Then in the next stitch, we're going to make our corner stitches. So we're going to put a treble crochet. So a regular treble crochet is yarn over twice, go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 more loops, and yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops. That's a treble crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to treble crochet back into that same stitch. So yarn over twice, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And there's our corner. Then we're going to make a half made treble crochet into the next stitch, just like we did on this side of the corner here. So yarn over twice, go into that next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That's a half made treble crochet. Then we need to do a regular double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2, and then a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So half double crochets, yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. So it's 1, and the next one is 2. Then we need to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So single crochets just go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so now we're going to repeat exactly what we did from here to here, okay? So we're going to half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Whoopsie. Here we go. Half double crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2. Then double crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Then half of a made treble crochet. So yarn over twice, go in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. Now I'm coming up on an end of a skein here, so I'm going to have to add more white here. If that ever happens to you, you can follow along here. We're just going to start making our next stitch. You want to make a treble crochet wherever you are, if you're doing this or not. Go in, yarn over, pull through, and then try to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, but hold it. We're going to yarn over with the new color, and then pull that through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through those last 2 loops. Okay, then what you can do is hold this and kind of tie those in a small, like a once knot kind of thing. Okay, it doesn't have to be super fancy. And then just finish off your piece here. So we have to chain 3 for the corner, and you can see I'm crocheting then over the top of those stragglers. So that's all hidden in that corner. Lovely! So now, sorry about that, but I lost track of my yarn, and let's see here. So it was a treble crochet, chain 3, and a treble crochet, all in that same stitch for the corner, okay? Then in the next stitch, we're going to put that half made treble crochet. So yarn over twice, go into that next stitch, okay? I'm working over those stragglers, okay? Half made, so yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops there. Then we have to double crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Then half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. And then single crochet in the next 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you need to follow along with the written pattern, you can do that, or rewind this to see what I did for these 2 corners here, and then just make your last 2 corners here. And I will meet you up at the end of this round. We'll go on to the next round together. Alright, when you're finishing this round, you just have to put a single crochet in these last 2 stitches, and then we can go on to the next round. So slip stitch into this first single crochet right in here, go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. And then for our last round here, it is optional, but I'm going to do it. We're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and that counts as our first double crochet of this round. Now we are going to double crochet into every stitch, and then in the corners, in the chain 3 corner spaces, we're going to put 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochets. But you can see here I'm just putting 1 double crochet into each stitch until I get to the corner. I'll show you what to do there. Okay, so in the corner we are going to put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more double crochets, just like that. Then just double crochet in each of the next, I think it's 16 stitches on this side. Just one double crochet in every stitch on the side, and then in the corners put 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet. So just do that all the way around, and then I will meet you up and we'll do the finishing touches on this square. Alright, when you're finished double crocheting around, make sure to slip stitch to the top of this chain up 3 here. So yarn over, pull through and through, and we can fasten off this part. So chain 1 and then cut your yarn, pull that through and pull tight, and then we'll weave that in a minute. But what I'm going to do, you can see that the square is like this now. You could just have the square and have a nice little big circle square, but we want to make this a little bit more flashy and fly with a wreath design. So what we're going to do is get our red yarn. I'm going to set this aside for a second here. We're going to make a chain of 90. Okay, so we're going to make a slip knot here, so put your short end over your long end, then fold this down and pull that through, pull tight, insert your hook, and just start chaining. And you can chain as many as you need to, but she says in the written pattern to chain 90, but you can chain more or less. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not going to make you watch me do all 90, so I'm just going to chain a large amount, and then I'll meet you up when we are going to wrap this around our wreath. Alright, I just have my 90 chains here. What we're going to do now, I'm going to chain an extra 1 just for fun there, and we're going to remove our hook from here. So I'm going to pull up that loop, kind of remove my hook like that. So this is what your chain should kind of look like, just a long chain here. And what we're going to do is grab our yarn needle. I'm actually going to sew in this end real quick just because I'll show you how to do that, and then that'll be out of our way. So I'm just going to yarn our needle with that straggler on the square. Oh gosh, if I can get it on there. There we go. Okay, so yarn your needle, and then just go underneath some of these stitches. Okay, you can sew in your ends as you go, kind of like this, and go back and forth. Okay, and then you can cut that extra and stretch it out. So now, this is what your square looks like. Now what we're going to do is take the end that has the loose end on it, okay, not the end that's attached to the ball of yarn. Okay, see how this is attached to that ball of yarn? We're going to take the other end, so this short end, and we're going to yarn our needle with that. Okay. And we're going to weave this around the wreath. So to do that, we're going to go underneath the wreath, okay, underneath our square here, and we're going to go in from a spot where there's 2 double crochets, okay, around, we're going to go around round 3 and 4 here, just like this, okay. And in the written pattern, there are a lot of photos to show you where you should start. So we're going to start just anywhere. I'm going to start right here, okay, and we're going to pull this through, okay, and you want to pull it all the way, as much as you can, just like that. Okay, leave just like a little, like an inch on that side. Okay, then we want to make sure the chains are showing on this side, and we're going to go around here. So we're going to go from here to here, to this side of round 4. This is round 4, so we're going to go in. Okay, and we're going to just weave this all the way around, making sure our chain isn't twisting or anything. Then you want to just come out this part right here, so come out. So skip over these puff stitches and come out where there's 2 double crochets worked in. Okay, and you can kind of work it on this side too. Make sure your chain doesn't twist too much. Okay, and then just go out round 4 right here. Okay, and again, it's going to be a lot of, you know, manipulating your yarn to make sure that it looks good. and everything. So we're just going to go around and around. So skip over this puff stitch, go in where these 2 double crochets are. Okay, and you don't want to pull too tight because otherwise the shape of your wreath will lose its shape. Okay, and then just go out round 4 here. And again, watch your twisting of your chain. Okay, then go back out and then go back in. Okay, so we're just going to do that all the way around, and if you need to make more chains, you can do that when you get all the way around. I might end up having to do that, but we'll see when I get there. So I'm just going to keep continuing going out where there's 2 double crochets, and then back out or back in from round 4 above the 2nd double crochet, kind of like that. Okay, and then back out and just weave it around and around and around. Okay, then I'll show you how to fasten this part off, and then we'll make that bow as well. Alright, I just came back around, so this is the front of my square, and then this is the back side. Okay, so you want to end with your strand, your chain coming through the back, okay? I ended up having too many chains, so I ended up taking some off of this side and like kind of just maneuvering these to manipulate them to kind of tighten it around to make it even. So you want just a little bit of each chain side here. So this side is attached to the ball, and this is my end. So what we're going to do is just leave the end, okay, we'll sew that later. And what we're going to do with this part here is we're going to look at the front of our square, and we're going to go into this spot right underneath. See where this is right here in the back? We're going to go into, so it's right here, okay, equally on that side, right? So now we're going to go into this next one right here underneath, and we're going to go into the stitches from round 2, okay, where this puff stitch is worked in. We're going to go into there, put that loop from that ball of yarn, that one, on our hook, okay, just like that, and pull it through. Okay, but don't pull too tight, just pull it enough, just like that. Okay, you may need to take more chains off here, just like that. Go in, hook that on the hook, okay, and then pull it through. Then we're going to go to the next stitch here, okay, from round 2, yarn over, the yarn is behind our work here, we're going to yarn over and pull through and through loosely. Then we're going to go into the next stitch, okay, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Okay, and we're just going to do this all the way around in every stitch. So we just did this stitch, going into this stitch right here, going in. Oops, it might be a little difficult at times because there's so many stitches going in and in and out. Okay, so yarn over. Oh my goodness, there's a fly too. Okay, you gotta get distracted, of course. There we go. Yarn over, pull through, and through. Oh my gosh, fly. Okay, then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, so we're kind of just making this little thing all the way around the wreath on the inside. Okay, so just do that all the way around, and then when you come back around, I will show you, because we still have to sew this part in, but when we come back around with this strand, we'll end up around this area here. So then we'll be able to tie that off and sew in these ends and everything. So I'll show you how to do that. But I'm just going to slip stitch all the way around the inside of this wreath here, and then we will meet up after that. All right, when you come back around, you don't want to slip stitch into this first one because this one is already in there. So to do an invisible style, we're going to actually cut the yarn that we have attached to the ball of yarn, okay? And then we're going to continue to pull this through all the way, okay? We're gonna grab our yarn needle, okay? Yarn the needle with that yarn that we just cut, and then we're going to go underneath, right underneath here. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. Go under this loop here and under this loop here, okay? From the bottom up, just like that. Pull it, okay? And then go into the center of this one right here, okay? So right into it. Okay, and you can even go out where that is going right there. So go to the other side of your square right there. And that looks like a stitch. Okay, just like that. So that's how the front should look. Now, gotta tie this off and this off. So what I'm going to actually do is tie these in a knot over here. Okay, you can tie them in a once or twice style. Okay, it's the back of the square, nobody's going to really see it. Okay, unless you're making a blanket, then do this nicely. But then we're just going to yarn our needle with both of those strands. I'm just going to do one at a time. But we're just going to go into this chain, okay, with the corresponding color. Okay, and you can kind of pull it tight. There we go. Stretch it out. Go back and forth and hide it completely. You can even go underneath some of these stitches. Just like that. Then cut this extra and then sew in this end as well. And I'm going to sew this one in on the other chain. I'll show you how to do that. Got to yarn the needle, go into this part, okay, then maybe just go up this chain, okay, and then back down that chain, okay, and then cut that extra. And I'll have that one end to sew into. I'll do that a little later. So there's that part. Now, you could just leave it like this and have a lovely wreath style, but the written pattern does have a bow, a knot, to put here to make it look like a bow on a wreath. So grab the yarn, the red yarn. I'm going to set this aside. So we're going to grab the red yarn here and we're going to make a slip knot. Okay, and then we're going to chain 24. So yarn over and pull through. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to go really fast. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Then we're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So the loop on the hook doesn't count. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yarn over. I'm going to work in the back ridges here. So you can see your chain looks like this. So I'm going to turn this toward me and you can see these back ridges here. Okay, I'm going to work in those. So the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, right in that one. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's a double crochet. Then we're going to double crochet into the next stitch, or the next chain. Okay, double crochet in there. Then we're going to half double crochet in the next. So yarn over, go into this next one, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Then we're going to single crochet in the rest of the chains. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, next, just single crochet in the rest of these chains, just like this. Very simple. So I'll just meet you up when I get to the end of this chain, and then we'll make the other half of the bow, and then we'll sew this on to our square. Alright, just single crocheting in the last chain here. Now what we need to do is chain 24. So yarn over, pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And now we're going to work back. Okay, so you can see here, we're going to work along here to end in the center here. And we're going to do exactly what we did. So double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Okay, then double crochet into the next chain. Then half double crochet in the next chain. And then single crochet in the rest of the chains until you get back to the center here. And then once you get to the center, I will show you how to fasten off. We're going to fasten off with a long tail for sewing and tying this in a knot and all that good stuff and attaching it to the wreath. So just do that, and then I'll meet you up when we're going to fasten this off. Alright, just finishing here. What we want to do is slip stitch to this first single crochet here. So go into there, yarn over, and pull through and through. And then to fasten off, we're going to chain 1. We're going to cut this quite long because we'll be using that for tying this here. Continue to pull that through and then pull that tight. So this is what the piece you have. And now we're going to go like this. We're going to look at it like this. Okay, so you have our long strand up here, short little straggler there. We're going to fold this in half here, okay, kind of like this, okay, and then fold this one kind of like this, okay, so you can kind of see they're starting a bow shape looking like, okay, and then we're going to take this straggler from the bottom here, this really short one if you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have to do this, but kind of just wrap it around to the top, okay, just like that. So now it's wrapped around once. Okay, then this top one here, this long one, we're going to wrap it a couple of times. Maybe 3 times. Okay, just like that. So there's your bow. Now, what we have to do, I'm going to tie these 2 stragglers in a knot in the back of the bow. Okay, just like that. So now you can see our bow is made. How lovely. You have to really, you'll have to manipulate it and shape it, but it looks really cute. So then you can grab your square, put this right in the center of your wreath. Okay, take your crochet hook and kind of hook it in the back here and just grab those 2 stragglers. Okay, so our long straggler and your short straggler if you have it, if you didn't sew it in. Okay, so now both of those stragglers are in the back there. And now we're just going to sew this down using that long strand. So grab your yarn needle, yarn your needle. Okay, position your bow how you want it, just like that, and just go out the square, through the bow, and then back into the square, through the bow. Okay, you could not do this crochet bow. You could have like a red ribbon if you wanted to embellish with ribbon, and just tie a bow in a ribbon as well. But just sew that on securely, and then if you need to, just tie this in a knot, and then sew in your loose ends. Okay, very simple. I just tacked it down in the center. Okay, then we can sew in this long strand underneath some of these stitches. I just like to go back and forth underneath some of these stitches just like this. Okay, and then cut that extra. As for this one, I'm going to go underneath these stitches here. If you have a really short end, what I usually do is go underneath the stitches with my needle first and then yarn my needle with the super short end and then pull it through. That's just a weird thing that I do. I don't know if you do that. Tell me you do that too. But then I don't have to cut anything. There. It's already so short. Okay, and then I have this end just to sew in. Just sew in all your loose ends, and then you can manipulate your bow to make it look more bow-like. And then that's basically it. Number 293 granny square is finished. You could block this square to make it so it has the square shape. Block it so that the bow has its bow shape. There it is. How lovely. Big, huge thank you to Carola for allowing us to use this pattern in our project. And go check out her pattern. It is a free download on Ravelry. But it's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. Let me know what colors you chose. If you chose the same colors as me, share your photos on the Facebook, on the Instagram. Make sure you hashtag 365 Days of Granny Squares. I would love to see your square. This is so fabulous. So I'm going to go enjoy my square. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, happy hooking.